All right. The car parked behind me is security. Straight out of Compton. Zom pernevertaria pernevarte barkejora. There is a lady walking down that street who spiritually, there's a red car now. As soon as I left the house, there's a red car that is going in where I just came from. Red, we know red by now. We know what red stands for by now. But there's a security guard, a different company today, BCI. We've been dealing with these guys for the initial set. Yesterday was another company called Beagle. And that company there is BCI, so it's security. But as you know by now, yeah, they represent something else. I'm wearing a yellow jacket today, manifestation of the house that I saw yesterday that caused the havoc in the spirit. That house, that yellow house. So shocking. The moon is a crescent moon, I believe that's what it's called. A crescent, you probably won't see it very well. And as I'm pointing towards the moon, this tree actually is sticking out. I haven't, but anyway. So it's a crescent moon. It's, what time is it? It's in the evening, around 5 in the evening. On my side, there's a bat flying. Again, it's too small for you to see, but there's a bat flying in that distance, in that direction. I apologize, distance. Bats, as a matter of fact, 1, 2 bats. There are bats in the sky. Yesterday, actually, you know, bats are considered as flying rats to some extent. Bats is considered as flying rats. So these bats, and I haven't seen this many here before, so I had to come out in the evening. Yesterday's word, the last word we spoke about was rats. That we're going to see rats. After the serpent, were the dogs or the beasts, or the spirits in those dogs. From the beasts, we saw the rats, and that was the last word we spoke about beside the maggots. I hope you didn't get too shocked by the maggots, but the last word was rats. And now these are rats, or flying rats. Probably not, but that's how people see them sometimes. So that is where we are beginning from. That is the place that we are starting from. I also have a yellow, I apologize, I don't know why red keeps coming up, a yellow ball. Yellow ball. There's a yellow packet, and I'm wearing a yellow, what do we call these things? Jacket, something. I know there's a name for it, but Semaro. So the bats and the crescent moon. The bats, there's a bird there, there's a cat here. In the spirit, there's a cat here. There's nothing here physically, but you know me by now. A cat just appeared here. And it's moving in a very strange way, so I can't detect its movement, but there's a cat here. Between there. In the spirit, there's a cat there. So, eventful day. I'm sure by now you'd have seen the post that I had about yesterday's event and how it manifested today. But again, the Lord foresaw it. The Lord protected me, so it is well. It is well. It is well. I'm just trying to see if anything else sticks out. I don't think. Okay, now that I've looked, This is why I don't like to record myself, because when I'm seeing myself on the phone, I can see that I'm in the spirit. So I'm actually hazy. I'm looking at myself, but I can't see myself. So even though I look at the camera like this, I actually cannot perceive myself because I'm in the spirit now. It's a strange thing, but there's also a reality. That deja vu that people feel every now and then on occasion is how I feel every day. Okay, motorbike with a red. There's a red door where that man entered the last time we were here. Remember the burning bush was there. There was a man that entered there. I'm just seeing now that the door is red. And the roof over his house is also red. So yesterday the red and the red car just went past now. So the yellow and the red is a combination. And another red Mercedes-Benz. What's going on today? A red Mercedes-Benz went towards the right, and the red Audi went towards the left, and that's another security company, but they protect money. That company, red BMW, red Ford. Red BMW, red Ford. Red BMW, red Ford. Maybe I'll see a yellow car today. I haven't seen a yellow car in a while. I saw the trucks yesterday, the yellow. Or they might be hiding today. Woo! What an interesting life I live. Scary, but interesting. Scary, but interesting. So today is an evening walk. I don't think we have done a walk in the evening before, if I'm not mistaken. I think this might be a first. It's always a first. On this channel, everything you see here, I assume, is a first. Yesterday, I referred to bees. When I saw the bee, I said, this place is called the Beehive. So that bee I was referring to before I went into the belly of the beast. And I said there's kids. And the reason why I had to go towards the beast is so that I can protect the kids. Because there also, you remember, there was a lion. We spoke about Simba, there was a lion, and then there was a car. The video is there, but this is what I was referring to, just in case you had not. Those are broken pieces of cars on that truck. So on that truck, in reference to the bees and me protecting the kids, it's like those cars that have been broken up and have become scrap metal now. You need to protect the kids. God says, and that is the word, you need to protect the kids. Emphasis. You need to protect the kids, protect the children. Protect the future, protect the children, protect the future. It's very important that those of you who pray over your children. Pray over your children. So, per ne ar, I'm out again. Bats here, bats, many bats. I don't know why the bats are gathering today. I'm sure they gather every day, but this is the first time I don't know if you can hear that, but those are birds chirping inside these grounds. A lot of birds. I believe those are birds. Yes, they are birds, because the many birds. BCI again. So this BCI company is not common here, so for them to be driving around is a curious thing. But BCI, this car in red, I'm seeing an accident on it, or purple, maroonish, reddish, maroon. Is that maroon? I don't know. But I'm seeing an accident on that car. Not anytime soon, not imminent. And as I said, accident, this is an ambulance. But as you can see, the ambulance, the sirens are not on. 911. I don't know what's 911 in South Africa as well, but you can see America, how you guys influence the world. 911, OH2 911. So the ambulance is not on, which means there is no emergency, but it is on standby. White Audi, VW, nothing significant here. The sky is a bit dramatic, but nothing to really see. So red Mercedes, red BMW. So the accident is there. So the ambulance is just a sign for the word I've just released. And this castle is alcohol. So this is the answer as to what would cause that accident. There will be alcohol involved, whether the person driving that car will be the one drinking or someone else. One way or another, there would be an accident. So all those signs together is how God would prophesy to me, give me the evidence of my prophecy, and then I'll decide what to do with it. So here, yesterday we spoke about the lion. So here I just picked this matchbox up. I didn't place it there. I'm sure my videos now are so crazy, and some of you are wondering how does he do that you might even start to think that I place these objects by myself. And no, that's not how it works. I'm not that bored. So as you can see here, so it's a matchbox. There's a red lion. Here goes the security company again. That is money. They are protecting money. 77 and red behind it. So blood money. Blood money. That's what I gathered from that vision just now. To me, these are all visions. To you, these are just cars passing by. But these are all visions. So I spoke about the yellow, and moving towards me is a man wearing yellow as well. Hopefully I'll get him closer to you, but he's wearing a yellow something. Yellow long sleeve. I don't know what these things are called. Say a broad here, but we'll see when you get closer. So yellow, and not too far from the yellow is a red car going in that direction. It's a red car, and it passes, and another red car follows. So red car. It turned around. So red car. Two red cars around the yellow man, and I picked up the box, which is a yellow box with a lion, a red lion on it. So again, prophecy is, what is the prophecy? I know he's in danger somehow, hence the red that's moving around him, and the maroon. Okay, the guy that is in the maroon is more significant, because him, I know he's an Indian man, and I know he happens to be Hindu, and I know that I always fight with that spirit. So that means that young man represents what this lion and the fire here represents. Where's my camera? Sacrifice. So he's going to be sacrificed for something. He's going to be sacrificed for something. Am I saying that there's anything wrong with the Hindu people and their beliefs? To some extent, yes. Some of the things that they do are very ungodly. So when I say he's Hindu and I know that spirit, I know the spirit. The thing is, I can't describe it to you as yet because I haven't done a teaching on it. But I know the spirit well, and it is a very demonic spirit. So they are demonized and they do need to be delivered. But when I say it bluntly like that, people might think that is insensitive, which is okay. The truth does hurt a little bit. It's just now that we pray that they find the truth, because what they're doing is not the truth. And even the video I posted on India and that practice that they were doing, you can see that is not godly. That is very ungodly. Nevertheless, two motorbikes meeting here, and they greeted each other with a hoot, so that means they've begun together. And there's a man walking opposite me on the other side on a cell phone in white now, so we moved to white. Again, I am setting up a scene. All of these things are speaking. Everything here is talking. I just need to listen. I just need to know their language. And I just need to, there's a Porsche that just drove past. You might have heard it in the background. A very powerful Porsche. The man has stopped at the corner. He's leaning against the wall. You might not see it because I know my camera work is very shady. But I did see the reflection of the dramatic sky. Isn't that beautiful? That is a beautiful sky. Very dramatic. Very dramatic. Which was my day today. Such a dramatic day. So white, 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 white-ish car. So how many was that? Too many to count. So now we move from yellow. So we're done with the yellow. There's the last yellow. Now we're moving to white. So it seems like we're dealing with colors today. Yesterday was a bit of numbers. Today it's colors. Colors, 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 colors. The white car that is ahead of me there and is indicating to go left is significant because there's a spirit on that car. So I'm going to try and perhaps follow that in the direction that it went. We shall see. But there's a heavy spirit following that car. So these are spirits that are on the move. The house is a spirit that is stationary. These are cars are spirits, or people driving the cars, or the cars themselves, whichever one, are spirits that are on the move. Spirits that are on the move. Spirits that are on the move. Zeraya. And then the awkward pauses in between, trying to figure out what is God trying to say. What is God trying to say? What is God trying to say? I'm hearing someone in my spirit saying, what am I trying to prove? What am I trying to prove? Which probably is similar to what God is trying to say. I'm trying to prove that everything is spiritual. Everything. I'm sure the lighting is very bad on this video. There is no... Oh, sorry about the lighting. Sorry about the lightning. MMM. MMM is some kind of a pyramid scheme. The last I checked, some pyramid scheme. So again, blood money. Blood money, blood money. Pyramid schemes, pyramid schemes. Are you involved in a pyramid scheme to make your money, and are you getting away with it? If you know the work that you're doing has got dirty money involved in it, you should stop doing it. It should be that simple. You shouldn't be that desperate because the repercussions will follow you as well. Let me jump because this opening is quite rare. Serrando Braquero. So I'm on the other side now. Another Porsche. Okay, these three cars. Something. Something about them. Something about those three cars. Something about those three cars. The Porsche, the Mercedes, and the red bus. What was the brand on that bus? I didn't see the brand on the bus. Okay, so we spoke about lion. So here's the second lion. Looks like we're back to yellow. So Simba is in yellow and is a lion. And the lion and yellow. So this to me is significant. Might not be to you, but to me, it is a story. A story is unfolding, and we shall see how it concludes very soon. But there is a story unfolding, and now that I'm here, my spirit is in a state of fear. So there's something I should be afraid of. And as you know by now, I tend to walk towards danger. So the guy on the opposite side is wearing a shirt. My camera work. You won't see him, it's a bit too dark. He's wearing a blue, similar to mine, whatever you call these things, that has, the brand is Puma. And if you know a Puma is, so I have a lion here in my hand, I'm still carrying it. He's wearing a Puma or Jaguar. Those are cats, so we're speaking about cats and we're seeing where, oh God. I don't know what I just walked into, but I walked into a spirit now. I just walked into a spirit. I'm trying to discern what this spirit is, but all I can see or sense is madness. So madness is coming over me. I don't know what spirit this is, but it is not a it's not a good one. It is not a good one. Let me just walk past it, through it. And so, okay, so there's officially our first yellow car. So after we walked past that spirit, or walked into that spirit, then the yellow car now officially manifests. Again, the lighting is bad here, so you probably won't see it. Just trust me, there's a yellow car there. In that direction somewhere. Oh, man, this camera is bad. But there's a yellow car there, the first one. At the corner opposite it is a red car. In that direction, it's about to turn up. So this corner with the red and the yellow here, and the yellow and the red car there, has now become significant. So I'm gonna sit on this here, if it will allow me. Hopefully I don't get electrocuted. And now I'm sitting with this dramatic sky. Wow, look at that sky behind me. And I'm at this intersection now. And then I just sit and I wait. I sit and I wait. We'll see if there's anything significant here. There's a man, I think the first man today with the red shirt actually. That's about to run behind me now. So the red and the yellow. Oh, sempre devo. Mois de Rambra Kiora. So that is a man in a red shirt who would be opposite to what I am with the yellow shirt, with the yellow jersey. We'll just call it a jersey for now. I don't know what this thing is called, but anyway, so we've seen the red shirt and the red. Oh God, I'm mumbling now. Mumble. I feel like I'm maimed. Like I can't speak. You can't see me at all, and I can't put on the light because I'm using my front camera, so there's no light. I can sense there is danger here. I just don't know which direction yet it's coming from. But I do sense the danger here. It is a busy intersection, quite busy. It is moving towards nighttime now, so you know, under the cover or the guise of darkness, things start to happen. Strange things begin. So we're just gonna observe in the meantime, and I hope this thing doesn't cut. It likes to cut at very strange times. Okay, the lights have just gone off. Oh, by the way, that's a power outage, so we've just entered into deeper darkness. It's as if the darkness itself wasn't bad enough. Now we're in a power outage. So now we're in real darkness. And that just happened now. So it probably is about 6 or 6 about, round about there. Right, so the darkness is official. It is woken up. The whole neighborhood is like this, by the way. The whole neighborhood is like this. The whole neighborhood is now in darkness. Here's another truck that is passing me. I don't know what it's carrying in its bed, truck bed, but it is carrying something. So, but the sky still looks good. The sky should now that we're in the darkness, looks like it's blood red. So I think that is the red that God wanted me to see, and hence the flying bats or flying rats. It's actually more orange, but it appears red, more red in the video. But it is something to do with blood, nevertheless. I believe this guy is about to switch on the generator behind me. Ezontrai Beroy. Yeah, you're gonna have to just listen to my voice and follow my instructions and my leading based on my voice, because we're in darkness now. Well, you can see the lights. This something is happening here. Something. There's another truck that is passing. It's orange. This one, I don't know what it is, but okay. So now the flow here has been interrupted because the traffic lights are out. A beast has just woken up. There's a generator behind me that is operating. Sounds like a beast. Sounds like a beast. So a generator has just been switched on in the church behind me, or they call it a church, but you won't find God here. God is nowhere near this vessel that they call a church. But there is a beast that's just woken up behind me, or generator. And now I'm just observing. Spirits move differently at night. Spirits move differently at night. So I'm just trying to see if there's anything here that captures my attention. There, that bright light there is the security company again. This one is the EC one, so the one we have been seeing a lot of, with the blue and the green eye. That's the company that just drove past now. There goes a bus, a white bus. The last time we saw this bus, a bus like this passing, something manifested, a creature manifested. So there's a beast that is about to come here or hereabout. The bus, the sign says, "We are here. We are here," which speaks about multiples. So the beast is coming in multiples. There's multiple beasts, now that I can express the word on these beasts that I'm talking about. There are multiple beasts on this earth currently. So we might know, or the common one is the beast in Revelations, which will be the mark of the beast and so on and so forth. That is the more common one. But there are other beasts that are on the earth, moving around, and they cause various things, be it storms, be it accidents, be it whatever. So there are other creatures on the earth aside from the beast spoken about in Revelations that cause havoc as well. That's another security company there. This one is black and it's SRT, and it says armed response. Armed response, which means the beasts are coming, as I'm interpreting the signs, the beast is coming with weapons. There is another one going this side, it's called BCI, which is the one that was parked outside my house, and again it says armed response. Armed response. The guy who switched on the generator is moving behind me, which means they are moving. That is all I can say right now, is that the spirits are moving. They are in rotation. They're moving. Let me see if I can pick up the pattern. There are people running on that side now, and it looks like, I don't know what they're chasing. The pace that they're running at looks like as if they were chasing something, but they're running very quickly. It's 3 men that just ran in that direction. I don't know if they're running from something, running to something, being chased, or chasing somebody, but 3 men just started to run now in the darkness. 2 birds, you won't see them, but 2 birds are flying above me. I stand by. The Lord says, peace be still. There in the distance is where Allah saw the Maserati. That is the corner that I'm stationed at right now. That's where I had seen the Maserati in the previous video, the petrol station. My tongue is slipping, so something is beginning to manifest. It's big and it is fast. That is all I know. It is big and it is fast. This is the fear I had. So this is my Zapragio. I'm being watched now. I am being watched now. I'm just going to move towards the generator. I think hopefully you can see this sign. I didn't see it before, but when I turned around, that's the generator there. That's the one that's making all the noise. And then there's this company called Epcan Armed Response that is protecting this church. So a church that is being protected by armed men and women. Curious, but nevertheless, I just saw that now. And the generator, hopefully, because I can't hear myself now in this video, I don't know how it's going to sound, but hopefully the generator is not too overbearing. So behind me, as I said, this church, just by name it is a church, but there are spirits that move inside there. Heavy spirits that move inside there. I'm trying to discern, I'm trying to detect. Let me point you towards where the lights are so you can actually see that there's still some action here, because pointing you towards me is pointless because I have in essence disappeared into the darkness, even though I'm standing right in front of the camera. But it is dark, so let me point you towards the light. The blue light, now you can see, that's where the petrol station is. Petrol station, the fuel station. I don't know what words you use in your country, but whether it's a petrol station or a fuel station, that is where, or gas station. I think some of you guys call it gas, I'm not sure why, but gas station. It's starting to light up now, so that's the spirit, that's the main spirit that I'm here to observe and watch and see how it affects people and things here. So it's doing nothing yet, it's just there. It is there, I can sense it, but there is no visible manifestation of its abilities yet. There is no visible, my mouth is getting a bit dry and my neck is feeling a bit strange. So I'm sensing then sicknesses and diseases. And now you can't see it, but my head is, okay, now the spirit is waking up. Now I can sense the spirit and I can sense the beast. I can sense it in my body. It looks like a giant chicken. Strangely enough, that's what the beast appears to me like, a very giant chicken, more like a turkey or giant bird. Let's just put it a giant bird. It looks like a giant bird to me in the spirit. That is how it is manifesting. It's quite dangerous. I'm not going to take it for granted just because it looks like it's taken on a lesser form, but it is a giant bird. That is what I sense in the spirit. That sound I'm making is the ball that I took from home, the yellow ball. I'm bouncing it on the thing that I'm sitting on. So I'm just bouncing it. Someone is hooting in the distance as I'm bouncing this ball, making the sound. A motorbike was just hooting now. And there's another motorbike that's coming behind it, and another motorbike turning in another direction. So there's 3 motorbikes and a security company. Let me see what the name of this security company is. I can't tell what it is, but it is red and blue. And a police car also just came past. So something is definitely beginning to manifest. That is me again hitting the pipe or the metal thing that I'm sitting on. And now I've stopped. Okay, it's doing something. I don't know what it is doing. It's a strange video. I know it's in the dark, but the dark is also a good place to learn. The dark is also a good place to learn. If anything, that's when you need your discernment more, because the things that you don't see in the dark will catch you by surprise. So more than anything, in scenarios like this is when you need your intuition to be more than normal, because your intuition sees what you cannot. Your spirit sees what you cannot. Your spirit sees what you cannot. Renan, bro, I don't see anything significant yet here. The beast did manifest. The church behind me, there are spirits here in and out. And they taste like blood, actually. There's the spirits in this church where the generator is making a sound from. Tastes like blood, innocent blood. And as soon as I said innocent blood, there is a red car that has just come in that direction there. And it is about to enter the intersection. So that red car, that red now, and the men that we spoke about, the accidents, and so on and so forth. So there's something blood-like happening now in the atmosphere, because I can taste the blood now. I can taste the blood. The sky now is a bit calmer. Alright, so at the intersection, the red security company, EC, and the red car now is crossing directly in front of it. So the security company, the red car, and the red BMW going towards the left. So that is to me a symbol of the word I've just spoken about, sacrifices and blood. Sacrifices and blood. So I don't know what's happening this month or this week, or maybe even just today. I mean, today was the day that my house got broken into, or the place that I stayed. It's not my property, but don't give up. You're in too deep. Kimberly Moses. Don't give up. You're in too deep. Kimberly Moses, I think you'll know her from YT. I just saw a pop-up on my notification which says, don't give up, you are in too deep. I don't know what the message is, but it certainly is a word for me. In this season, I have come too far. I have shown, okay, there's something moving around me now. I have shown you guys too much, and I cannot turn back now. The evidence is there. Okay, now behind me, this at Arabaro. Okay, there's a spirit that's just woken up now, and it's quite dangerous. I can sense it, and it's coming from behind me, from where this church is. There's a demon that's waking up now. There's a demon that's waking up now. My eye is a bit pained as I'm speaking this word. My eye is sore. But it's fine. So there's a spirit behind me, and there's a spirit ahead of me. The car that's making that sound is a blue car. It's 2 blue cars, 2 Subarus. So the first blue Subaru has gone past the street, and the second blue Subaru has crossed the street now behind it. after. Subaru. Subaru would be, I believe that is Asia. And a towing company called First Help has just now, speaking about accidents, a towing company, which obviously deals with accidents, has just crossed this intersection, which means something is happening. Something is accumulating in the spirit right now. Pink Motivation, or MAD diet, 1 meal a day diet. I don't know what that word might be. I don't know why I'm getting notifications. I think my data is on. I thought it might have been off, but it's fine. So Rai Beres, so I'm getting these notifications. Bredor. I'm just asking the Lord if there's anything else specific. There's a man in that house. He's got lights for some reason. He shouldn't. So either, I think he might be using a generator as well. So the generator behind me in this house manifesting, there's a beast. And now at that house, that house has just woken up. And there are people moving around inside that house. Again, all of the lights are off, so the fact that there's lights there, it means he must also be using a generator. Significance? I don't know. We shall soon find out. But the beast is moving behind me, and that house at the corner is just woken up. The house is woken up. And my eye is still sore now. My eye still hurts. Serrando. What else? 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 I'm just observing. Alright, 2 red cars have just gone past each other. That's a motorbike you're hearing in the background. And for some reason, this intersection seems brighter all of a sudden. I'm not sure why, but to me, this intersection now seems brighter. And now it's gone dimmer. So there's a light here at this intersection. There's a light here. So there's a spirit that looks like light, another blue car that's just now come past there. There's a spirit here that manifests as though it is light, which is probably a manifestation of this church behind me. And this sign that you might be able to see because it is well lit. It's a spirit that appears to be light. And now, as soon as I said that, there's a yellow car, the second yellow car today, that's just come to the intersection going towards the left. And opposite it is a red BMW, and they have just crossed paths. So that this is the word that I needed to get to. So this now is the beginning of the word that I had for tonight, the red and the yellow. So those 2 cars crossing and missing that spirit, which again, and it's flashing now, I can see it again. It looks like light. It looks like light. It looks like light. It looks like light, but it is not. It is not. It is not. It is not. So it is a curious thing. Awe. Nah, Chief, how are you? Awe. It appears as though it is light, but it is not. The young man that I just greeted, he's got a red bag on him. So when I spoke about the red and the yellow, I'm wearing the yellow. He's got the red. He's moving in this distance. He said, we've met him before. So I won't say his name, but he knows himself. So we have met him before. So that means at this intersection now we are on. Officially we are on. So that light is a false light, which is the Antichrist spirit, mind you, because it's going to come as though it is light. There's a green car now. which means it's a different spirit. So we're moving into a different space. It's a fiber. So these guys, they install fiber or internet at homes. That is the car, the green car that just now passed. So we're in a different spirit now. So that spirit, that light that appears, an Antichrist spirit, which looks and sounds like light, but it is Antichrist, which is what's happening in many of these churches, and even this church behind me. So they preach Christ, they preach Jesus. There is a company called Westpac here. I believe it is owned by Middle Eastern people. Their bus is now just passing me now. And a friend of mine called Emmanuel works at that company called Westpac. The sign is green and red. So we moved from the yellow and the red to now green and red. I believe that is the sign for the next part of this, my foot. And now there's a yellow car, the third yellow car for today. So I believe that is the last yellow car we're going to see for tonight. I can see it, you probably can't. My stomach is turning and my foot is itchy now. My stomach is turning and my foot is itchy now. It feels like I've eaten something bad. It feels like I've eaten something bad. So I don't know what that is, but there is a spirit and my body is starting to move itself now, which means there's a spirit that's just jumped inside of me. I'm just trying to figure out what it's trying to do. It's wrestling me right now. You can't see me. But there is a spirit that's just jumped inside of me. My foot feels a bit itchy-ish. My stomach is turning and I'm being wrestled and I don't know what it wants. But it's taking me, it's dragging me. It's dragging my spirit. My body is here. My body hasn't left, but it's dragging my spirit towards something. I don't know what. Okay, there's a beast that is dragging my spirit towards, and it wants to feed my soul to this beast, to this spirit. It wants to sacrifice me to this spirit, and I assume it's for wealth. So again, that blood I was tasting in the atmosphere, that is beginning to manifest now. That is beginning to manifest now. I made a mistake about the yellow car. Here's another yellow car that's coming. It's a fourth yellow car and a red BMW just passed in front of it. So that spirit is still in activation. So I apologize. I was mistaken about that one being the last yellow car. That's another yellow car that just moved in the intersection, crossing. Oh, I feel dizzy now. I feel seasick. I feel seasick. There is something now really moving inside of me. Oh. Let me just catch myself. There's a spirit now coming from the sky, so I'm gonna point my camera towards this direction and coming from the sky up. So there's a spirit that's coming from the sky and it is beginning to surround this place now. Again, the darkness, so there's hooting in the distance. There's a truck that is moving towards the intersection, which means the spirit to me is a massive or a big spirit, but that's a truck that's just come at the intersection. My body's starting to rock now. My body is rocking. There's a spirit that's taking over this territory. And I am losing my balance somewhat. Okay, and the truck, I couldn't see it because of the darkness, but now that it's moving in that direction, I can see the truck it's a green truck. It's a green truck, and not too far from it is a red car that is following it now. I'm pointing the camera towards it, following it in the same direction, and it's a dented car. So that car has been in a prior accident before. So Raye Pranar Sebrora. So something is happening once again in the spirit. These spirits that are manifesting now are bigger spirits, more dangerous spirits. And from behind me, in this direction from the church now as well, is another spirit. This spirit is now moving. There's a spirit that's now literally moving around here. There's a spirit moving around. I'm gonna cough. I'm gonna simulate a cough because that's what's inside of me. I'm simulating it, but there's smoke that I can sense that's coming inside of me. So this spirit has got the word sacrifice written on it. And this excuse me, that part is not simulated. That is the spirit itself now. I apologize for that. I didn't expect that. Oh God. The spirit, I can't even speak, but the spirit has got sacrifices written on it. My God. My God, my God, my God. Woo! I'm moving away from where I was sitting now. I'm moving away from the direction of that spirit because, wow, that is scary. Alright, so now there's another company. It's a yellow and green security company. This one is called ADT. That is the first one that I've seen today and in a long while. It's green and it's yellow. So again, the green, or it was yellow and red, but now it is yellow and green. So the spirit keeps changing shape and colors. It keeps changing shape and colors. But I moved away from where I was sitting now, far away from it. And this spirit has got sacrifices written on it. Which means people are about to be sacrificed. People are now hooting at this intersection. A motorbike, there's a motorbike that's just gone, so I don't know if the sacrifice or the accident has to do with the motorbike or with that person, but there's voodoo. I just saw a sign that looks similar to voodoo. Voodoo. There's voodoo in the spirit. We don't use voodoo here, or that word is not prominent here in South Africa. That's more the Caribbeans, Jamaican areas. Voodoo. So I believe bows. I believe the word might have to do with that area, but this might be worldwide, mind you, but the word I'm hearing or seeing or sensing was voodoo. Voodoo magic and sacrifices. Voodoo magic and sacrifices. So now I'm closer to the intersection now. I've moved away from where I was sitting because that was very uncomfortable. Another yellow car, you might see this one closer now, and a red car. So there's yellow and red again intersecting one another. You might have seen those because it's a bit closer, or maybe not, I don't know. The light is very bad, but the red and yellow car just came past again. So the spirits keep manifesting over. This car with the trailer that just drove past me has got a new moon written on it. The sign is a new moon something. My body's being tossed around now. And that's a white BMW, but something is not right about that car. It's noise, someone playing music. So new moon. So the car has got a new moon on it. We came out today saying it was a crescent moon now. And are saying there's sacrifices in the atmosphere. And that car says new moon. So either, I don't know. Alright, the ADT company again. So that's the ADT car I was speaking about. That's now, it's yellow and green. ADT. So sacrifices, it just reminded me again about the word I saw earlier, which was about the blood money. Blood money, the blood money. So people are sacrificing for wealth. And as I said, blood money, there is a red Mercedes, and that's a motorbike that's just gone past me, which is pulling me. But a motorbike is following that red Mercedes. Alright, there's another car with a trailer moving towards that direction, and now I can read, but there was a sign that it was significant, but I'm losing my mind now. I'm actually losing my mind, because this is now, I'm being tossed around. This is now, I'm in a cyclone. I am in a cyclone right now. A tempest is the word I'm hearing in the spirit. Tempest. That's another yellow car. That one came very close by. And there's a red car moving in the other direction. So that's I think 4 or 5 combinations today of a red car and a yellow car in proximity. A red car and a yellow car in proximity. Every time I've seen the yellow car today, a red car has moved past it, and that's another yellow car that has just gone past now. Okay, that one does not have a pairing though, so that is the first yellow car without a pairing, but the rest have been yellow and red, yellow and red, yellow and red. So new moon. There was something else written significant on that other trailer, but I lost my mind for a moment. Okay, here's a red BMW. This is orange. Is it orange or red? No, it's reddish, orangish. I think it's more orange. Okay, there's a red Audi now that's gone on that side. That passed them. I think there was an orange BMW. I mean, I'm not trying to lie to you. There is no need for me to lie. So a red Audi did pass just now. Sambora. So that spirit is still in operation, the red and the yellow. And 2 red cars now on this side. And a red motorbike. So something else is beginning to happen in the spirit. And a red BMW here that's just come past me now. A white Haval. This Haval brand, I need to find out where it's from, because something. And here's the car I was speaking about earlier, which is the Westpac, the one that's hooting now, which was it's a company. Trying to figure out what the word is. But as you can see, it's causing havoc. It's causing havoc here. It's called Westpac. It is a company of sort, but just its appearance is causing havoc at this intersection. So that company is a spirit. I need to find out where he's from, the owner of that company, but I believe it is Middle East somewhere, and it's a very demonic company. It's a franchise here now in South Africa, but it is very, very demonic. Very demonic. And I need to find a way to bring them down eventually. Zera, the Lord says I'm done. There is a spirit that's moving towards me from this direction, and it is a dangerous spirit. So I'm moving away from this intersection now. That is a security company that is called Sizwe. That company is the one in a previous video when I was showing you the place with the pictures of the guns, the posters of the guns outside. That company that just drove past me is that place. So the wind is now moving me away from here, and I can hear the devil in the distance saying, "Let me have him." Is what the devil is saying to the spirit. Let me have him, as in me. The devil wants me now. I don't know if it's my spirit, my body, or what he wants, but he wants me. And obviously the spirit is moving me away from this place. In essence, just saying no. In essence, saying no, he's not yours to have. So I am protected, and you are protected as well. Those of you who see these things or who watch my videos, there will be an element of danger about it in the beginning. That much I can assure you. But it's just going to be for God's glory. For God's glory. God will get the glory at the end of the day. It's been an hour now in this video. God will be glorified because He will show up and He will protect you. He will protect you. God will protect you. God will protect you. Just say that in your spirit. I am protected. I am covered. I am protected. I am covered. I am protected. I am covered. I am protected. I'm hearing iron in the spirit. You are strong like an iron sword. Is what I'm gathering. You are my sword, basically, is what God is saying. But you are as strong as an iron sword. So you're protected, you're guarded, and you're covered. But more than that, you are dangerous. To all the spirits around the earth currently right now, you are dangerous to them. Because you and God are a problem to them, to these spirits. Okay, I'm a bit calmer now. I have moved away from that intersection. That was an interesting experience, particularly that spirit, that sacrifice spirit. Very dangerous that. Very dangerous that. I need to find out what's going on there. But I believe it has something to do with a storm or a cyclone, and possibly it might be. I've spoken about the one heading for India already, but this one might be more towards the Caribbean. So there's going to be an unnatural storm in that region. And the voodoo magic and the blood and the sacrifices are the things that are calling that spirit. But anyway, let me move away from it. I've said enough. I've seen enough. I don't want to deal with that anymore. Woo! All right, so I am now moving back towards home. I'm hoping and praying that I don't meet any more spirits. But again, the darkness is a nice cover for these spirits because that's when they like to come out. Even in the day they could and they would, because day or night many people can't perceive these spirits. But again, there's just so much more in the darkness. These devils or these demons just love the darkness. Not that we can't see them, because we as prophets can see it both in the day and the night, so can God. So I don't know who they are fooling. But day or night, spirits are there. Day or night, spirits are there. This place where I am now, there's ghost-like spirits here. I'm not going to deal with them. I don't like ghosts because I just don't understand. I just don't understand their story. But they are ghost-like spirits that tend to vibrate in these areas or in this area. Which would make sense because if you remember, the gravesite is not too far from here. So there is a lot of death around this area to begin with. But even if that wasn't there, there's just death in the atmosphere in general. There's just always death in the atmosphere in general. That's why people every day someone is dying. Because death is just always on the move. Woo! I'm out of breath. There's a truck that just passed with a ladder in it, which reminds me of a prophecy I have received similar. Oh, I just tripped. I'm not hurt, but I just tripped. So when I trip, I need to observe, I need to watch, because it means there is something close by that I need to be aware of. There is something. My saliva glands are being overactive. I'm sure you know what that means. But the saliva is Sarah. There is a serpent here at this intersection. I won't turn the camera, even though you can't see in the dark. I won't turn the camera towards it, but there's a serpent here that is moving. It's a 3-headed serpent. 2 live heads and one head that somebody has cut off. I don't know who cut off its 3rd head, but there's a serpent in the spirit. It's got 2 heads. A 2-headed serpent with 1 head that's been bruised or that's been cut off. I don't know if it's a devil or a spirit that is like the devil, but I can sense its spirit here or hereabout. They look scary, but the lights coming behind me is a car moving towards me, but yeah, it is kind of scary-ish when it comes towards me like that. It is a Mercedes bus, passenger bus. Is Amradia. Alright, so I've gone past that serpent. I'm not gonna deal with that spirit. I'm not gonna deal with that spirit. I don't think there's much else I need to speak about here. I think I'm done for the day. Thank God. The EC company just drove past me again, the EC security company, the one that is more common here. So I think we are closing off the word for the day, or for the night rather. So thank you for listening or watching. I hope you're learning something, because this is for your growth as much as it is for mine. Actually, not even so much for me, because I have been through this before. I've done all this before. It's now a case of me teaching and showing people how God can operate and how He can manifest. I'm not saying that this is the only way that He manifests. Perhaps your ministry is different from mine. Maybe He appears to you differently. Maybe you can see my face now because there's some light here. We are still in a power outage, but this place has got some light to it. So my face is still here. This is still me speaking. Just in case you think I've disappeared or been replaced or replicated, which is not a stranger word as I speak it, because there are people on this earth who have been replicated or replaced and taken over by another spirit, which I have pointed out is not that hard to do. Spirits taking over, just showing you my face again in this utter darkness. Spirits taking over is not as uncommon as you think. Some people have just, they are just spirits, demons moving around, appearing as men. Let me just check my battery life, how far I am. I don't want to overburden my phone here. Okay, I still have some. What a night. Just another example of spirits are there, demons are there, so on and so forth. Nothing new, they're there. You just need to be aware of it, that even in your environments, day or night, there's probably something on the move. I still have the yellow ball with me. It's a bright light. I don't want to deal with this intersection, but there's stuff happening here as well. I think we spoke. This is where the first word on accidents. This is where we started from. Here. But that time the lights were on, now the lights are off, so I don't know if there's any more significant or less or what, I don't know. I don't know. But we're moving past that intersection now. Nothing else significant or sticking out here. Woo! My stomach is still turning from that experience. Very unpleasant one. Very unpleasant one, but perhaps necessary. Perhaps. Perhaps. We shall see if this is educational or not. We shall see if there's a purpose there's a purpose behind this or not. Okay, I'm moving towards my house now and I can sense some despair there as well in that household. I'm just trying to figure out where it's coming from, if there's anything I can do about it. It's just someone who's depressed, but there's not much I can do about it. I don't think they would listen to me. But there is depression. There is a heaviness and there is depression about it. But it is well. It is well. God just said, mind the small shadows as well. Sometimes I deal with the bigger spirits. I sometimes ignore the smaller ones. So they are where I'm just walking past now. There are smaller shadows moving around, so smaller spirits, but they are still just as dangerous. But I do tend to ignore them because I deal with such, not bragging, it's just where I am right now. I deal with massive spirits. Absolutely massive spirits. But I am exhausted. When will this end? When will this end? When is the Lord coming back? What is he waiting for? What is he waiting for? I know obviously there are probably still some souls that he needs to save, but my goodness. My goodness indeed. I know people might think that things are worse now than ever. With the murder, the rape, the killings and everything that's happening in the world, but the Lord would actually remind me that even at his time and times before that, all of these things have always been there, so it's nothing new. So even when he came for the first time, all these things were already happening, just as bad as they are today. Perhaps now we're just a bit more advanced in our warfare, but blood is blood. So even then, when he came, he didn't end the world then. That was just the beginning of the journey of salvation. So don't overstretch your imagination and don't panic and thinking that, wow, we are going through so much pandemics here and wars there and famines here and droughts there and so on and so forth. These things are not anything new. All these things have been recorded in scriptures for as long as the world has existed, but moreover actually with the fall of man. Moreover, there's a spirit here. I can't speak now. I'm close to my house, but I'm just trying to see where it's coming from. It's a boy. He's got a speech impediment of sort. But there's something. It's a speech impediment, but there's also fatigue in him. As if something is draining his spirit. And he is being drained. Someone is draining him in his house. Using his spirit for whatever purpose they... But anyway, I can just sense that. So I need to figure out what to do with that, or if it's just an observation thing. So those of you with kids or kids close to you, something's taking over my body now. Kids or kids close to you, just be aware of what's happening around them. If they are depressed, don't just write it off. If they're sad, depressed, angry, violent, here's another light here. Can you see me? Let me get closer to it. Or is it my camera work? There's another light. So there is some light on this path. It's not all utter darkness, which is also a word for all of us here. There is darkness around us, yes. If I look in this direction, it's nothing but darkness. But the light is never too far. So even in this power outage, there's still light. There's still light. There's always light somewhere. So those of you who are moving in a state of darkness right now, there's light. You just have to look for it or move towards it. There is light. There's a light, you just have to find it. Even inside of yourself, if you're depressed, beyond your children, if you're the one who's depressed, look for the light. It is there. Look for the light. It is there. So in the time of Jesus and the times before him, and even now, the darkness has always been. This is you won't see it. I don't know why I'm even bothering. But that's a big butterfly. Big butterfly just sitting there still. Hopefully I captured that. If not, it's rough. Just take my words for it. But it is still just sitting there. It is still. I don't think it is complaining or crying. It is just waiting for its moment to do whatever it is that it needs to do for its survival. But it's in a place of stillness, which is what we need to do. Be in a place of stillness, even in the dark times, even in the crazy world that we're currently living in. Just be still and know and acknowledge that God is there. Be still and know and acknowledge that God is with you. Be still and know and acknowledge that God is thinking about you. He is leading you. He is guiding you. And He is on your side. I believe that is all the words that I had for today, for this night, first night stream. Interesting one. I would say I'd watch this later, but I never watch my own videos. I don't like to relive the experiences, but hopefully this is a learning curve or learning something for somebody. In the light or in the dark, whether the spirits appear now or there, wherever and whenever they appear, God is with you and God is watching. He will never leave you. He will never forsake you. Be blessed. Your feedback is always welcome.